the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is none other than Aimlab. It's going to be your boy, Aggressive, joined by none other than my main man, CCV. How are you doing, my boy? Because you look at Fly, you look at Hawk. Hey, where's your apparel shirt? You got to get one from 656. You got to remember that. The Gauntlet jerseys are already there, ladies and gentlemen. Check out all the links down below in the description and use your favorite team code to get a little bit of a discount and also support your teams in the process, as well as us from the side of the Esports Club. But I digress. We're going to be talking more about that later as we do head on down over into the games more. But for now, let's head on down over into today's fixtures, because these matches were a banger once right off the get-go. SADUL versus RG Academy, an intense game. But now we're going in for something a little bit more, or just as intense, I would say. The underdogs versus the best team in our entire region. And now, Velocity versus Onlyfriends. It's going to be an interesting.
That's the thing. Velocity currently at the top of the table right now, while Onlyfriends are still fighting at the mid-tier, still looking for that number 4 position overall and trying to get their name and trying to get their team into the main event, which is going to happen later on. As right now in the regular season, we can see that, they've faced losses, they've won victories, and now they'll be looking to add another one to their win counter by today's best of 3.
Looking to see if they can close everything out and get that final nail in the coffin. But before we do talk about that, let's head on down over towards the MVP standings and see exactly who's been tearing up the server the most throughout this entire season. And hey, it's the exact same 4 people that I've seen at the start of the season, still just holding down strongly at pretty much the end of the group stages at this point, because It's only a couple of more games. It's like 2, 3 games for every single other team. And at this point, Deathmaker, he has solidified his lead to be in that number one. His MVPs are pretty much untouchable. Everyone else is like at a 5 and 4. And Deathmaker, even though he's not playing today, I'm pretty sure it's going to be MW1 playing because Deathmaker's still at home. So he's going to stay here for pretty much the rest of the season, pretty much more or less. I think he has solidified his hold, and as we do head on down over into playoffs, because we know for a fact that Velocity is going to go into playoffs, they pretty much didn't lose a single game. They're looking to get that final piece down onto the board and just finish everything off. Let's head on down over to the group standings to see exactly what I'm talking about here. And CCV,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a sad story for Onlyfriends, though, on the other side of the spectrum.
That is the thing that right now, Onlyfriends, they have played more matches than other teams. And yeah, the losses that they have, it is counting up and up. They're still not at the bottom of the table by Sus Squad, but now the fact that they're against Velocity and the odds are already stacked against them means that they need those extra few points. They absolutely need it. However, in order to achieve those points, in order to try and overtake Enigma and Salt and try and take a position into spot number 4, yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one. For the side of Onlyfriends, I don't see a lot of ways with which they can manage the win. Potentially, looking at the map veto, there are several theories which can point at a possible upset. But looking at this match, looking at the BO3 from an overall perspective, we may see, and a majority of the people will expect that Onlyfriends are going to have a very, very tough match stacked against them. Meanwhile, for the side of Velocity, 5 wins, 0 losses. They'll be looking to make it a 6-0 and extend their lead against FSESPORTS even further, as they already have secured a spot in the main event later on. So that is great news for them. Velocity, well, they're playing with no pressure. They can try new experiments, they can try new strategies without any pressure of losing and without any consequences or repercussions of that loss to them.
Same time, I do believe that Velocity, they still won that number one seed, because you need to remember, if you are the number one seed, then you are going to be getting matched up in a much more of a different format than usual, because you're going to be on a completely separate field compared to the seed 2. And when we do the roulettes for picking out all of the teams that are going to be going down, we'll talk more about that when it's just about that time. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into the team intro for the side of Velocity, because in general, we don't need to talk a lot about Velocity, but hey, it's our job. Like, look at these faces. Like, these faces alone, they just tell you, like, okay, they mean business. They're here on the server to take away your candy. They're going to eat it all up, and they're going to look you in the eye while they're eating it. They're like, you want it? I don't think you're going to be able to get it. And Onlyfriends, yeah, they are a ragtag group of friends who are pretty much taking this entire scene by storm. They have 6 points on the board, but how much do those 6 points even matter when you had to fight so hard to get it all? While on the other side of the spectrum, Velocity, they've just been running around the entire server rampant, just popping heads 24/7, and they really don't give a damn. And whenever you think of a player like Marzel, he's pretty much been the entire backbone of the squad, being able to get 24, 25, 27 kills on a Killjoy. Who does that?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about Velocity. You can say that for practically every single player, irrespective of the agent they play, the role type they play, archetype, no matter if they're a duelist, sentinel, like you mentioned with the example of Marzel, initiator, controller, whatever they're playing, it's just their impeccable individual mechanical skills that have been highlighted so many times. I mean, time after time, we have seen the amount of highlight reels, the amount of clips and whatnot created from just Velocity members all by themselves. It is staggering. The numbers are in the tens of hundreds with how many heads they've clicked all over in competitive Valorant and how long they've been playing together as a unit. So with that being considered, again, that's the thing. Our esports partner Aimlab, they can help every single person, even you, the viewer watching, improve your aim, improve your dragging, clicking, flicking skills, no matter what rank you are right now. And that's why Velocity, I mean, I'm sure they're using Aimlabs, and I'm sure they're the best.
Now let's head on down over to the crucial player spotlight from the side of Velocity here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be none other than Helef. Helef. This guy literally lives in hell. He is a demon on his own right. We go to the map of Breeze, and then 2 seconds later, it feels as though Helef is just running around the server like he owns the place. you think of Breeze. Breeze is a massive map. But like, okay, maybe the lurker is gonna play it a little bit slower. He's gonna be scared because he doesn't know what angles he really needs to check. But Heleb just doesn't give a damn. He's walking straight up tube, and then he walks into the enemy spawn, kills 2 people from the back of the B side, and then he turns around, goes on towards nest, kills a player rotating from mid doors, and then you're sitting there as a caster being like, how did you get there? Why are you here even? This is the definition of a rat. Literally. The way he's able to get away with so many of these incredible lurks that he does, it's insane. And he's not only good at a cipher, because he normally, what does he play? He plays the cipher on the map of
on
Breeze.
Breeze. Yeah, exactly.
But when he is picking up the Astra for himself, he's another big brain player because he switches his playstyle instantly to fit well with his team. The fact that he is just so versatile as a player gives him that edge over his opposition every single time. And we know for a fact that Onlyfriends, they're probably shaking in their boots because of it. Let's head on down over to the team spotlight for the side of Onlyfriends here. And CCP, I'm going to be passing you the mic because this squad on paper, yeah, they're extremely good, but
that is true.
theoretical gameplay is not going to get you a win against Velocity.
Yeah, we have seen Onlyfriends play a couple of matches. They've had wins. Their most recent win was a 2-0 above Sus Squad, and it was thanks to these 5 players on our screens right now. And yes, like you mentioned, they are a stacked team and they have got individual capabilities. For that reason, I mean, they are in the regular season of the Gauntlet Season 3. That is why. Because they've got the skills, because they have the necessary qualifications to be here. However, with all that being said and done, do they possess enough capabilities to beat a team such as Velocity Gaming? Well, that is going to be put to the test right here, right now. For now, we can still talk about the roster. For now, we can still talk about the performances that they had. You know, we have Shub, we have Kev, we have Gorong, HVS, Cruiser, and all of these guys, they like to frag a lot. You know, we have seen them, you know, whenever they play against, like I was talking about their previous best of 3, which was against Sus Squad. They had consistent performances. Obviously, we had someone like Shub on the Jet who was top fragging because, again, the duelist. But even the other 4 members, their kills were in the high 10s, mid 10s, 20s and all, and they were all consistent. That is something I like. There's not a major kill disparity between a lot of their players. You know, if someone is having a bad day, that doesn't necessarily mean that the entire team will falter. The other 4 members can still put in decent amount of work and try and etch a win. That is a very good thing and a very good attribute to have as a roster, especially more when you're playing against Velocity, when it is uncertain how long as a player you're going to survive, regardless if you're a Sentinel or a Duelist. Because like you said about Hellfighter, man's going to pop, man's going to come out of corners, and man's going to be shooting and flying. So you don't know how long you're going to live. So you need to have that trust in all of your teammates and all of the players inside, in the team of Onlyfriends.
Let's see who's going to be the most trustworthy and the shining star for the side of Onlyfriends as we head on down over to the crucial player spotlight for Onlyfriends here. And it's going to be none other than Kev. Now, Kev as a player, he's been a little bit inconsistent, I do have to say, because consistency-wise, you can already see he has a little bit of an issue. 197 kills, 228 deaths, 56 assists, and an ACS of 200. He's not been having the best of performances, but it works. Like, he's getting there, he's trying his hardest, and he's just on a good spot. Let's say on a mid tier, but against Velocity, this performance is just not going to help him. He needs to be a lot more, let's say, flamboyant, and he needs to be a lot more flexible in the way that he's going to take a lot of these different engagements, because Velocity doesn't give you a lot of openings, and if you miss your shot on that one small gap in the defense that you can find, you know for a fact that you're going to fall apart in a matter of seconds.
That's also the thing. He's playing, I mean, his main agent is going to be Reyna. We've seen him play it multiple times over the course of multiple maps against, you know, many opponents alike. So Reyna being such an agent where you are really self-reliant. You've got the Leer to flash your enemies. You know, you've got the Devour to overheal yourself and to heal yourself. And then you've got the Dismiss to move away from engagements if the danger is too much. So Kev has got to make sure that no matter which engagement he takes, he has enough self-confidence to win those gunfights and to, you know, properly peak that. He cannot be afraid mentally, thinking that just because, or oh, their velocity against me. They can just headshot me almost instantly as soon as I show a pixel against the wall. As soon as I peek a pixel, they're gonna kill me. He cannot be afraid. He's got to be fearless, and he's got to peek angles and use all of his abilities. If he can do that, then like you mentioned, yeah, he can certainly crumble the pillars of velocity one by one individually, get rid of a few members here or there regardless of who they are. And because again, it's velocity, man, everyone's dangerous right there. So that's the thing. If he can, in a good self-reliant manner, get decent amount of kills, yes, he is the secondary duelist, yes, there's going to be an operator agent, a jet, maybe even a raise, that is going to be true, but he's got to make sure that on attack, sometimes even on defense, he can get those influential kills either early on or right before something big is about to happen, like a retake or maybe an execution on a bomb site.
Speaking of executions on a bomb site, you got to know exactly where these teams are going to be executing at now, don't we? Let's head on over to the map view screen and see exactly where the teams are going to be taking us and what they have chosen as their specified battleground. And okay, okay, bro. Right off the get-go, they're like, oh, Onlyfriends, it's velocity. How do you spice up this matchup for the viewers back at home? And how do you make aggressive just have an aneurysm? You pick up the map of Fracture. And then you're like, and then I'm sitting here and be like, okay, where's my second, like on my second monitor, I gotta open up all of the strats that I have written down here on Fracture because I have forgotten about everything. Fracture hasn't been picked up in so long that I kind of just forgot about this map. And I forgot about the fact that it even existed. But Onlyfriends, they're like, oh, this map is still on the table. Maybe Velocity. They could take a cheeky win against them, get those 7 points, and that is
exactly what I'm trying to think. Yeah, there was, a few months ago when Breeze was the map that just came out in some other tournament, some other team I was casting. They picked Breeze, and it was coincidentally against Velocity as well. And the theory they applied there was, it's a new map. Maybe, Velocity isn't completely prepared here. Maybe we can take them by storm. And they tried their best, believe me. I think they got a few rounds on board here and there, but VLT did end up taking the win. In this case, with the side of Fracture, now Onlyfriends, again, we have to ask this question, do they possess the capabilities to etch a win on the map of Fracture? Because honestly, Breeze looks very strong for Velocity. I'm not gonna lie, Haven being the most played map that Velocity has the experience on in terms of competitive Valorant, yeah, things are not looking good. So the best case scenario for Onlyfriends is going to be they win on Fracture by hook or by crook, and somehow by luck they win either on Breeze or on Haven. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Fracture is their best chance to get a single map on board early on, because the side of Onlyfriends, they have experience with this map. About a week ago in the Gauntlet only, they played it against Sus Squad and they ended up winning 39. A close score? Yeah, sure, but they still took the win, and they have experience playing this map. Velocity, I'm very certain that they must have tried this map in like offline scrims and their own dry runs and strats and whatnot, but they don't have competitive experience on like a streamed match just yet. Maybe that's the extra bit of boost that will help Onlyfriends try and get a better advantage or try and get them a win against VLT. That to me is the only way I can see them winning Fracture. But otherwise, the next two maps, yeah, it's going to be a big yikes. I'm not sure what they're going to be planning on Breeze and Haven against Velocity.
Yeah, Velocity, they're just in a little bit more of a better spot in general because of the next two map picks. We know for a fact that Velocity, they're at the advantage, but for Fracture, I'm going to put my hands up in the air and I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to give Onlyfriends the benefit of the doubt. It's a new map. Maybe they're going to be really good at it. Maybe they have strategies that Velocity have never seen, because this is a map where the meta has still not even set in for the European and of course the American teams. Like, we're just gonna be stuck here. We just need to wait to see how exactly this map is still going to be playing out. And with Chamber coming out as well, Chamber's not going to get picked up in competitive play for a really long time, of course, but hey, he's there. And we're just going to be staring down the barrel of possibly one of the most broken agents to be ever added into the game. And when he comes out, I believe that Fracture could just be his playground.
Certainly could be. Certainly could be. For now, Fracture is going to be the playground of Onlyfriends and Velocity Gaming. We are just minutes away from jumping into the game. I know everyone is excited. I know everyone wants to see Velocity because, again, it's Velocity. I know everyone wants to see Onlyfriends and how good of a gunfight and how good of a show they give against arguably one of the best teams, if not the best in the region right now. So, with all that being said and done, the thing for Velocity is going to be just play casually. Even if they lose on Fracture, first of all, the next two maps are really strong suits for them. We've talked about it a lot. For the side of Onlyfriends, that the only good thing is going to be try and surprise your opponents on Fracture. Pretty much it, because otherwise, yeah, not a lot of chances something can happen, or like not a lot of chances that something I just don't have a word for it because the other two maps, the odds are so badly against them already. Being against VLT, now going on Breeze and Haven, you get to see our point and what I'm trying to say.
It's going to be a little bit difficult now, isn't it? But in general, I do believe that they should be able to get that final little bit of a push that they need to bring it back for themselves. Like, Velocity as a team, they are pretty momentum based, sometimes depending on their days. So at this point, only friends they're hoping for a coin toss. It's either you toss that coin and you gotta hope that it lands on heads, which is Velocity's bad day, or if it does land on tails, you just gotta roll over and play dead. There's normally it's a 50-50 chance when it's a coin flip. For them, it's an 80-20 chance because we know how consistent Velocity can be. And hey, do you know what else is going to be consistent? It's going to be that QR code showing up down below, right? Or right on this side, sorry. Yes, right on this side. Like, it always happens. My camera's inverted. Sorry about that. Like, it's left to
Happens
right
to the
for
best of
me.
us.
So get that QR code, scan it,
Yeah.
and get yourself a can of Red Bull. Because if you want to be consistent as a players right here on the server, you got to get yourself some energy. And what is a better energy drink than Red Bull? I can't even imagine anything like that now, can I? But as we are going to be waiting, the teams are setting up. They're getting prepped up and ready. Sorry about the small delays here. Not much that we can do. We got to make sure that the teams and the players, they have everything at the ready so that we as casters can have a really easy time casting them. They have a really easy time performing. And of course, back at production, they don't have to run around and try to fix multiple different issues. We got you all covered. But as we are waiting here, check out all the links down below in the description from the side of 656 and Cosmic Byte if you want to get yourself a jersey, or if you're looking to get yourself a keyboard or a mouse, maybe if you want to get to that next level and compete here in the Gauntlet as well. Because you got to remember something, Season 4 is going to be soon right around the corner. You want to get yourself prepped up and ready, and if you want your team, maybe your friends coming on down through, and if you want us to cast you got to put in the work and you got to get the proper peripherals as well in that sense. But I digress. Heading on down over into the matchup itself. I
Yeah.
want your thoughts because the map of Breeze, it's guaranteed, like it's pretty much guaranteed to go in the favor of Velocity. They pretty much have what? A 95% win rate on the map the last time I checked. So no one can
Yeah.
touch them. That's just gone. So let's talk about the map of
Yeah.
Haven. Haven has been a very massive weak point for Velocity over the last couple of weeks throughout the start of the gauntlet and up till now. Weird being the first one to take them down there, and after Weird took them out, it's been like a spiraling slope downwards straight into a ditch for them on that map. Initially, they were the kings of Haven, and now they're the kings of Breeze. So what really happened to them on Haven? It feels like every other team, they just play it better than them now.
Oh, with that being said and done, yeah. So now, with that point taken into consideration, ward reviews are going to play a big element, and improvements going to play a big element. Ward reviews from both the sides, only friends and velocity. Velocity, well, they have to review their own game in their own private time. They've got to make sure that they are completely rectifying and refining the mistakes that they had been making, and make sure that they don't make them now for their future matches, such as which we may see later on if we do go to a decider one. And for the side of only friends, well, they have to just focus with pinpoint accuracy on the mistakes velocity are making and force them to create those errors and force them into those errors yet again to try and capitalize and to try and exploit all of that into their own gain and for their own personal benefit to get a few rounds on board. Because honestly, against Velocity, you can't look at a map as a whole and be like, we can try for a win. You gotta just get into the micro details of things and then try to dismantle whatever Velocity is throwing at you bit by bit. And only then will you have some semblance of a plan to try and beat them. Because honestly, I still think Velocity have a good chance right now. Breeze is gonna go to VLT's favor. If they win Fracture, it looks like a 2-0. So best case scenario for Onlyfriends is they win Fracture, they completely catch a Velocity off guard, and then on Haven something happens. But right now it's going to be Fracture. Fracture is going to be the talk of the town. So without any further ado, Grasive, let's jump into the game. Let's jump into the agent selection screen and let's see what strategies these two teams are going for. Because honestly, right now, Fracture, again, no set defined meta. We know that Onlyfriends like to go for double duelist. And right now, well, it looks like they aren't. Oh, yeah, Kev is back on the arena. So it looks like double duelist may be the call to go. As for Velocity, well, what are they planning?
Breach. You gotta go in for that Breach, man. There is no other character in this entire game that you don't want to have. Like, you need to have on the map of Fracture. Breach is made for this map. Breach is the only character in the game that can counter a Killjoy on this map. If a Killjoy goes to a B site, and then he just plays down her lockdown, sorry, it's done. What do? You gotta give up the B side. The attacker's gonna rush in, and you're gonna need to play that post blind. But with Breach, it's a little bit more different. It allows you to be a lot more versatile, and it allows you to hold that B side while still being in it. Those are the factors that you're going to be looking for. Those are the plays that you're really hoping for as well. But now that the side of Velocity are going to be picking up pretty much the exact same composition that they play on the map of Icebox and also Breeze, let's just see what we can expect here. Because currently, you go wrong going on to his Brimstone. That's what I'm really excited for. Because I don't know if you know this or not, CCV, but back in the day, Garong used to be the OTP Brimstone mate. And whenever we watched him play the Brimstone, we just lost it. Because he is so good on the Brimstone, the way he uses his lineups, the way he uses his smokes, even the stem beacon. It's just a cut above the rest every single time whenever we look at this guy. And today, he's going to be playing Brimstone on arguably one of the better maps. This is probably the best map for Brimstone over Bind even, primarily because of one thing. The orbital strikes and the smokes, they can get so much value whenever you go into the play. So let's head on down over to the game, ladies and gentlemen, because CCB is having a little bit of an issue. So
apologies for that.
Nothing to really worry about. And now
for Onlyfriends, is there something to worry about? I'm gonna take a guess and say yes. Because, they've gone for, you talked about the composition of Velocity and how it's similar to what they run on the map of Breeze. For the side of Onlyfriends, this is the same comp we saw from their side a week ago when they played on this very map of Fracture against Susquad. So nothing has changed since then. And Velocity, I'm not completely sure if they've done their homework on Onlyfriends and they specifically saw the map of Fracture. If they did, well, then they'll surely know a lot on how to counter them. And already, 5 seconds into the action phase, Deathmaker's got the opening kill. He's looking for his second. No, he'll be traded out. SP5, he's making his way into the B bomb side. There comes the flash. He flashes in, checks the corners, and the execute is right here.
They've already rushed in. SP5, he has such a forward position, but his position was revealed, and what? Why? How are you here? So he just gets a free kill onto him, but still Knife Jester and Cruiser God, they're gonna be going in for the shutdown play. It's gonna be Hellef going in for a couple of his own swings. Spots out 2 players, he's gonna be good for 1. Shots are so strong. And with that, it's all up to Hellef. Hellef needs to be the one to survive. Hellef needs to be the one to go in for the damage. And now Cruiser God, he's looking for 1 more, but I don't think it's gonna be happening anytime soon. 2 players, 1 on the front, 1 on the sides. The Cruiser God gets sagged down to 14 HP. 1 bullet and he's dead. He doesn't know where to look. But both of them are also at 1 bullet. Just come on, you need to go in for the swing, man. He needs to risk it, but still, he's not gonna be able to get him a single 1. It's gonna all fall apart in Velocity. They're gonna be able to get the first round a little bit too close for comfort, but still, it's a good round in general.
Yeah, they got the initial kill thanks to the Deathmaker. He was traded out, but still all over fine for VLT as they had 2 members alive towards the end. For the side of Onlyfriends right now, See, this is, I think we talked about this aggressive a couple of days ago. It was the Amazon tournament hosted by the Esports Club as well. But yeah, back then we talked about how the map of Fracture, it really tests you as a team. And I mean on attack and on defense because of its split kind of nature, because you can attack from the southern and the northern side of things, those lurk plays, your comms have to be crystal clear. Like you need to have reliability on your teammates, and that reliability has to result in good gameplay and good communication with regards to your locations and the opponent locations as well. For now, Onlyfriends are taking things passively. They're still near attacker spawn, with the exception of Kev playing the Reyna, who's going towards A curve and trying to push into the A bomb site, but he will encounter the Sage very shortly from VLT. And yep, there it is. Marzel gets the opening kill, and Onlyfriends right now, they are down a man.
Like, come on, who does that? Marcel's literally holding on the bottom side of the wall. He peeks his head out and just gets instantly popped. Marzel, he knows what he's doing. And Marzel, the wrist, man! Marzel, he's really crispy with it. And he's going in for even more tiny crosshair. That's all that he needs. He spots out the last turn. He's hungry for it. Come on, give him the ace. Marzel, come on, run for it. Cruiser God, you're supposed to run towards Marzel. You're not supposed to run away from him. Cruiser God's like, nah, I don't care. I'm gonna be going in for the Mission Impossible play. I'm gonna be taking that zip line. I'm gonna be rolling around towards the other side. I'm gonna go in Grove Street's trial. Oh my God, before. He just got slapped in it. Deathmaker on the back end, and it's gonna be an ace side of Marzel. He's gonna be the one to find that kill, and Marzel's like, whoopsie freaking do. I got that kill, I got that ace. And with that, another round on the board for the side of Velocity.
I know it was an eco round. I know Onlyfriends, their economy wasn't good. They just had classics, blah, blah, blah. But 4 headshots, that's the thing. Headshots. 4 headshots and then 1 final kill to secure the ace. Already, we were talking about Marzel and how he loves to play the Killjoy Sentinel. In this case, he's playing the Sentinel, just a different one. Irrespective of him playing a different agent, his result is the same. 6 kills, 1 death as of yet. Velocity have their bonus buy right here. They don't need to buy extra guns since they didn't face any, with the exception of 1. They only faced 1 casualty, and now they can be aggressive. Oh, let's make it too aggressive, I'd say. As he peeks in front of 5 people, SB5 gets his second for the round, right to a still holding a very close angle. He gets the first kill for VLT. The spray goes there, but the spray goes wrong after the first. VLT are down to 2. Onlyfriends are looking to execute.
Come on, go back, go back. Don't take this fight. Yeah, just going for the revive. Be like that. Take it slow, take it steady. Here comes the 3 versus 3 situation. They're going to be looking quite good at it. And now right to ace, he has a utility to set everything up as well. Spots out one of the players on towards the back end. Not going to be good for the kill though. Shots are going to be nice, and it's going to be a positional disadvantage from the side of Kev. Kev! No, this is not how it was meant to go. How are they losing this? Cruiser God, he does have the rolling thunder, but he is really low on HP. It's not going to work out for him.
Right there.
They just take him down and they just send him back home, back to spawn. 3-0, man. This is not how it was meant to go.
The way Right to Ace isolated the gunfights right there, it was lovely stuff. I know Marzel got 2 of the later kills. Right to Ace just killed Kev, and then he used his utility, the flashes, the fault line, etc, etc. But that was really nice. The way he waited, he lured. Who was the person? Who was the killjoy on the side of Onlyfriends? Unfortunately, was it him?
Knife
or was it someone else?
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, Knife Jester. He was just peeking, and then Marzel counter peek. It was lovely stuff. Again, the coordination was really nice from Marzel and Right to Ace right there. One peeking from the right to Ace just completely being behind that double boxes. It was a very minute thing, but because of the gun disparity, it was major, and it was a very influential part in helping Velocity secure the round and in helping them secure better economy. Because look at that, they've got 5 rifles, full armor, and plenty of credits in the bank to go for another full buy if they do end up losing this. But Onlyfriends, yeah, they don't have a lot to buy guns with.
It's just can I just ask, what is this guy doing? Oh, freebie, let's go. He gets a free kill and he runs away with it. Oh God, Marzel, you gotta stop. He owns the place, man. He's the mafia node that you don't want to have on your side. Before is gonna swing out, gets another kill on towards the face of Cruiser. And now, 3 players remaining, and Marzel, he's having a Mexican stand-up against Kev. Kev's like, you don't see me, I don't see you. But now I see you and I pop you in the head. 1 kill,
nice.
But Hellfighter's already there to go in for the refrags.
And Gorong's there. Oh, he spots Hellfighter again. And that's the thing again. You've got to make sure you're covered on all fronts. Not only does this map test you as a team, but it tests you individually and your own, you know, like social skills and, you know, just the social awareness and spatial awareness you'd require. So right now we can see right to ace is going to be the one pushing near ramps, trying to hold a cheeky little angle as time is running down. Webho's on the flank, and now it's going to be social awareness of only friends that will be tested. Right to ace back in the bomb site. He's got his flash. Kev completely blinded. He still gets the headshot. He'll be looking to plant the spike. He engages in the gunfight. He can't fire any bullets as he's moving. And Webho fires 5 shots and takes the kill. And round number 4 for Velocity. So right now for the side of only friends, yeah, things aren't looking the best. They went for a semi-eco. They had upgraded pistols. They had a few guns here and there, but it resulted in yet another round loss. Velocity have got a lot of credits, and the thing for OnlyFans is this round is going to be the one where they go for the full buy. They have a huge round loss bonus because they have lost 4 rounds consecutively, but if they keep on losing, I don't think economy is going to matter a lot. What's going to matter is how many rounds Velocity have compared to how little OnlyFriends have got.
Deathmaker casually flicks out. He gets a couple of kills, and here comes right to ace. He's hungry. He's like, "Come on, Marzel. I know you're gonna get up kills, but whoa. Right to ace.
What is this?
Calm it down, man. Calm it down. Take it slow. Take it steady. Right to ace. I understand you want kills. I know for a fact that Marzel's stealing your thunder here, but who pushes out like that?
Why? Why?
No, he's just having a fun time. Don't worry about it. But hey,
man.
Look at Hellfighter. Look at the rat himself. He's sticking around in this Viper's pit, and hell if he knows this is such a bad idea. He's trying to survive. He's gonna be good for another one. Good use of the same fights, and he's got a spike on him. He should be able to see it as well. Spike's right there. He knows. There's nothing that they can do about it. They need to walk into this Viper's pit to try and get that, and they're not even gonna see Hellif. Well, Hellif's gonna be able to see them completely.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Exactly, and they can't push the Viper Spit as well because it is just holding this choke point. And only friends can't get through the choke point. SP5 is going to push in, trying to go for the gunfight. He spots Marzel, kills him, and that's another headshot. This time, dispatching the Viper Spit, but still inside the bomb site. Plenty of people to encounter. Webho gets the final, just like it did in the previous round. And even though SP5 put up a great fight by getting those 2 kills head on, and, you know, killing Marzel and, and Hellfighter right there, still wasn't enough, unfortunately. A valiant effort, but overall the same result altogether as we've been seeing for the past 5 rounds. OnlyFriends can't seem to get one on their board, and the economy is hurting more and more. They're back again with rifles, but this time look at their buy. They've got half armor, Marshall on Cruiser God. They've got to start using the 4 ultimates they have in a good manner. I can see SP5 doing a lot of damage with his Blade Storm, but for that, he's got to stay alive. Right now, it's the other jet. It's Deathmaker with the operator peeking, and he secures the first kill.
Yeah, that's how you gotta go in for those peaks, man. Go in for the crowd swing because you know for a fact that they have the perfect headshot on their own side. But SP5, he's gonna be good for 1 on towards the side of Hellif. Another kill for him. Slow and steady wins the race. They're pushing in. SP5, he's stealing some damage. He's getting the kills, as you can see from the scoreboard. It's a 6 and 5 for this man, but everyone else, they're just not able to perform, not just yet. Kev's not been getting a lot of engagements on his own accord as well. And look at Marzel. Oh boy, Marzel, not again, not this time. He's gonna run on away. He's gonna try and survive. He's slowing down the attacker side and push as much as he possibly can, but still gets a little bit greedy with it. And that's gonna cost him. Right to ace gets caught out as well. No one can save that guy. And with that, that heads on down over to a 3 versus 3 situation. Not a position that you really want to see, but at the same time, SP5 takes a lot of damage from Marzel. And I don't understand this Marzel. He's getting away with so much. He's doing so much damage to everyone. This guy's on fire. 9 and 3 on a Sage. Battle Sage indeed.
Certainly so. And right now, post-plant, a good scenario for OnlyFriends. They have to try and run the timer down because in gunfights, they know it's going to be disadvantages, but not anymore. SP5 got one, but Deathmaker has the same amount of kills as earlier. He secures the 4th. He's looking for the ace, and he gets the ace for himself. He'll be defusing the spike, and he knows that deep down, he's also the better duelist. He's playing the duelist right now. He's playing the Jet. He gets those headshots. He gets those kills. Everyone in so far, 2 out of 5 members of Velocity have got aces. How many more is it going to happen? Is it going to be a 5 for 5? And are all 5 players going to get aces? Well, remembering how Right to Ace played like a few rounds ago when he pushed through the molly, he's got to be a bit more. He's got to be a bit more conservative if he wants to go for the ace. But right now, Velocity, the ace may not happen, but a flawless first half is certainly looking like a very true possibility. Onlyfriends, yeah, they still need that round. And look at the economy, 0 credits on Jester, Gorong, and Kev. And they've got half armor against Ops and, full armor, all sorts of utility. They're not engaging in good gunfights already, not to mention how Velocity are just winning their duels more statistically. Well, another example of that.
Walks up towards the kill. The SP5. What are you doing? He just walks past all of the utility and he's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in for that kill. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Right to Ace is gonna be the one to shut him down though. For a rat. And now Vibor, he's looking for one more. Ground from the sidelines is gonna be the one to go in for that trade. Just find out one, but Marzel immediately peeks out and goes in for the trade. The trades are so quick for the side of Velocity. They're making it all work. They're making it all happen. Vibor, he's gonna be able to shut down his own fellow Sentinel player. Knife Jester takes backseat, and now Cruiser God. Yeah, there's not much that you can do about this one. Marzel's gonna be the one to peek out, take him down instead. 7-0. And with that, another round going in the favor of Velocity.
Strategy, I mean, obviously with a map like Fracture, I think strategy is going to be a very influential play, especially, once there's a set meta. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't think there'll ever be a very set meta unlike with other maps, because there's so much versatility, because there's so much room for to play. But still, teams will know the basic theory and how to attack. No matter what Onlyfriends are trying here, whether they're trying something experimental or something they may have seen outside in Tier 1 Valorant, in other regions, nothing is working for a specific reason, because they're being shut down. Plain and simple. No matter who the player is, no matter where they're pushing, they're just dying early on. We can see another example of that right here. Yeah, Hellfighter, he secures the kill onto Jester. Marzel piling on the pressure even more, getting rid of the top fragger and the duelist for the side of Onlyfriends. And before you know it, within 20 seconds of the action phase, they are down to 3 members. Vibho on the hunt.
Down to 2 members.
Thinking about making that 2. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 2 and possibly 1, but not anymore.
It's gonna be good. Gorong on his side, but still, it's just not gonna be enough. Gorong looking for one more. Deathmaker is just way too quick when he has that operator in his hand. Swings out, goes in for the shot, goes in for the kill. 8-0, ladies and gentlemen, and that's kind of the thing. The way that all of these games are being played, the way that this match is playing out as well, you can see that the level of aggression and the confidence from Velocity is just through the roof. Onlyfriends on the other side, they look as though they're really tired. It feels like they're not in their own element now, are they? They picked up the map, but it feels as though this map is too big for them. They're putting on a shoe that's like double their size and they're trying to walk around. They're stumbling, they're tripping, but Deathmaker! Even though he got dinged in the forehead, he just does not care. He's going in for more. Swing it again, Deathmaker. Get the third. Come on, go in for the fourth. Go on, go in for that swing. I know you want to. Give this man another ace, but it's just not gonna happen. Marcel's gonna be like, no, sit down, Deathmaker. Take it easy. Let's stay even. Let's stay even. You and me, we're like 2 peas in a pod. We're just gonna chill. And yeah, like Cruiser God, he's like agreeing with me, being like, yeah, time to chill. And now he has the Rolling Thunder. Does he want to make them fly? Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah. He will be engaging that ultimate, but he's all by himself. Why would he? Why is he using that when he's all by himself? That's a nice skill. He repositions himself to move away and avoid the fault line, but look at that shot. Look at the trajectory from the operator. He's looking to peek, but Hellfighter's right behind him. Can't really do much. And yeah, that's the thing. I honestly, at this point, no matter who gets the kills from Velocity, we have seen Deathmaker get plenty of them, as this round is a perfect example of the 3K early on. Look at that, second kill, only been 10 seconds. And then he gets the third before, his teammates also get a piece of the action. That's the point I'm trying to make. Velocity are just getting kills That's it. That's this entire sentence. Look at the leaderboard. Marzel, Deathmaker. It's looking like everyone else is playing Valorant, and they are just like Olympic sprinters. They're just in a league of their own, just fighting. And yet again, Deathmaker. Well, he gets the opening kill of the round. This time back onto Kev. It's only been 8 seconds, and now Hellfighter. He's got a lot of work to do. As him alongside his teammate, they have to hold down this bomb site. And SP5 pushes in, but not for long.
Really perfect dash that you would have both torn up Marcel. He's just on a league of oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't see anything like that. But hey, it's fine. Do you know why this happened? It's because of Helif. It's because of Helif. Not Helif, actually. What am I saying? It's because of Vapor. He took off his hat, and then he revealed everyone. And Marcel's like, wait, why isn't this working? I have yellow outlines, so I can feel the pain. I thought that, oh, it was actually hitting. But no, Knife Jester was crouching, and the bullets were hitting right above his head. Poor old guys didn't even know what took him over, but moving on from that, like you can see the level of control that Velocity have. They're pushing from A main, they're pushing from Dish, they're pushing from Canteen, they're going in everywhere. They're all over the place.
This is the defense.
This is the defense. That's the thing. That's the defensive side. They're making it look like the attack. Kev, he's getting caught out every single time.
Prepare for hellfire.
Okay. So now, for the side of Onlyfriends, they have the Killjoy is right there.
Oh,
Jester
nice
is
shot.
peeking the angle. Yes, that is a great one and a very influential kill. He gets rid of Webho, playing that power position as he always does. And he has taken control of the tower himself. So he can try and sort of backstab Hellfighter inside of B, because Hellfighter has got his Viper Spit again. And Jester's right on the cusp of it. But entering this is like entering a dimension of its own. Not only because your HP will be depleting, but you're going to face off against Hellfighter. And I don't think anyone in the world wants that. Marzel, on the other hand, he neutralizes the man count as he revives and resurrects his teammate, and that's going to be the spike going down the A bomb site. Everyone from Onlyfriends is here. That is good. Velocity, all of their members rotating over. It's going to take a lot of time, not to mention the Killjoy lockdown, wasting even more. This can be the one round Onlyfriends can take, at least one in the first half, because at this point, they've got to take what they can get. But Rightways is right here. He's behind. He's backstabbing. He gets one. Cruiser God replies back, but the breach is pushing, and Onlyfriends, they still need to bide some time.
One enemy remaining.
This is not how it was meant to go. SP5, he's at 1 HP. They know his exact position, but still the timing's not going to be in his favor. SP5, he does the deed, and there's not enough time to go in for the defuse. Velocity, they finally lose out on the first round. But is it a little bit too late? Not even a 9-3 here, CCB. And you know that I'm an advocate for the 9-3. I will believe and you won't. And it can work, but still. It's a 10-1. They don't even have that to work around. Even if they do get the 10-2, the attacking side of Fracture is just way too good.
I'm seeing... Okay, no, not the op. Oh, no. SP5 has got the op right now. So not an entire glass cannon op. He still has half armor. But yet again, half armor. And that's going to be the thing. Deathmaker, full armor. Ultimates aren't looking the best for either one of these teams. But the operator still strikes. SP5, he gets the kill. That one on the top frag on the side of Velocity. His operator is still alive. He can still push up. Right to Ace with the rolling thunder. This time he gets the kills. This time he gets a double before he has been traded out. So still on equal footing, both of the teams. But Onlyfriends, they're ready for the execute. Only thing is, they're going to encounter crossfire set from multiple angles from VLT.
Just send it up pretty badly. Poor old right to Ace is not going to be able to go in for those plays. He wanted that Ace so badly, but SP5, he's just a cut above the rest. Pulls out his Blade Storm, he's going to be good. But still, Marcel, he's the danger man here. But the danger man finally gets taken out. Knife Jester is going to be the difference maker. He gets the kill on the demon. And now with that kill already down, it's all up to them. They need to take out Helif, because Helif, he's a danger on this A side. Are they going to be able to do it though? Because Helif and his defensive holds, it's really hard to try and go in for a push against him. Footsteps being given out. It's done.
Enemy remaining.
They just can't.
30 seconds left. Spike down
Yeah.
A.
I'm not completely sure. Yeah, for the side of Onlyfriends, look, gunfights is the
Player
main
standing.
place where they're losing. Jester, that's a very nice skill. He has the spike, he can plant it, but in the post-plant scenario, well, against Webho can push into the side. He knows where Jester is, and yep, through the wall, he gets the headshot. So a brave attempt, a valiant attempt from Jester. I was going to say how that would have given an economic boost, but honestly, it doesn't matter. The half comes to an end, and Velocity are currently leading by 10 rounds. So
Switching
the
sides.
thing will be that Onlyfriends, first of all, major thing is going to be SP5 can frag. He's got the potential. You know, there's a reason why he's the top fragger and one of the MVPs all over in the games you've seen Onlyfriends play. So with him being there, the other teammates, especially the initiators and all, Cruiser God, he's got to make sure that SP5 has the best scenario to take gunfights. You know, whether it be the flashes, sorry, not rolling thunder always, the fault line, or even the aftershock. Breach has got to use a lot of his utilities to encounter the defensive players who are, you know, entramped in, you know, just in specific angles, to try and get them removed from those angles. And after that, SP5 can pick them off one by one by one. So with that being considered, SP5 is the real key. And yep, speaking about that, he gets the opening kill. He gets rid of
RDB
Vibho.
just-
On the defensive side, a Sentinel is the first casualty VLT face. This is looking good for Onlyfriends, and now they have to, you know, pull through even more.
With 3 players holding on to A, it's not looking as good as you would have hoped for, but still, Barcel, this guy and his aim, it's just on another level. It's going to be Deathmaker already going in for a massive dash of his own, not going to be able to find anyone on the side, and he just needs to run away. He needs to try and survive here, because positionally, he's not in the best of spots now, is he? But Helef, he's going to be good for 1 kill. Gratis for guaranteed, and he's looking for a couple of more, and Helef, he's playing mind games with him. He's like, oh, I'm going to jiggle left, I'm going to jiggle right. You want to go in for a kill on me? You got to go in and survive. Not gonna be the one to live for long though, because Gorong's gonna be the one to take him on out, but right to Ace with the immediate trade to go in for that final kill. And Gorong, he's like, where do I look, man? Where do I go? Where do I hide?
Match point.
I don't have anywhere. Map of Fracture is not my home. But for Velocity, it's open hunting season for them. 12-1. Match point for their side. It's time for them to close it all out, because look at the side of Onlyfriends. They don't have any money.
Why did they go for 2? I mean, I guess they are looking for headshots, and that's the only thing that can go there. Otherwise, it's going to be Spectres and half armor. No credits at all otherwise. So yeah, I mean, it's do or die quite literally. VLT with match point, and this being the map that Onlyfriends chose, it's very difficult. Heading on to Breach, the next map, I'm not completely sure the mindset Onlyfriends will be in. But right now, we can focus on the present. Right now, we can focus on round number 14. Webho is right here on the edge, and that's going to be the first kill. Kev goes, that's one of the marshals gone. On the bomb side, Cruiser God was alive for a bit, but even he is dead no more. So Gorong with the Spectre, he's going to be the front line of this defense right now, trying to tackle head on the attack from Velocity. He sees one player, tries to get rid of him. That won't be the case. Deathmaker gets his second kill as he got the first in the round overall. Onlyfriends are down to 2 members, SP5 and Knave Jester, and they are, you know, outnumbered 2-1. That too against Velocity players. Knave Jester, he does get 1, but time is running out. Not a lot of HP remaining on the Killjoy. So it's going to be the SP5, the star player, getting in a gunfight, isolating that one, falls down right to Esports him. He gets the kill, and this may just be the final kill of the game.
Gestures, he's at 19 HP. What do you do? The spike timer's already gone. Nothing much. Swings out,
Attackers
goes in
win.
for the kill, shuts it all down, and brings it all back home for them.
There.
It's done. The map
Yeah.
of Fracture going into their favor. Like, we expected this to happen now, didn't we? Because, honestly speaking, there's not much that the side of Onlyfriends could have done. It felt as though they didn't know the map. This was a gamble from their end, in general, to pick up a map that hasn't seen the light of competitive play yet, but for Velocity, it feels as though they've been practicing this map day in, day out. The way they had
Yeah.
control, the way that they were running around, it was as if I was watching them play on the map of Breeze. This is Breeze level of dominance coming out from them. I think that we just saw a glimpse of how incredible Velocity can be on this map. They've mastered Breeze, and now if they master Fracture, I don't think that any team in the entirety of South Asia are going to be able to touch them if this is the level of coordination and gameplay that they are already showcasing to us. We're going to be heading on down over into the match highlights soon enough once it gets ready, but CCV, I'm amazed. I'm shocked. I'm dumbfounded
Yeah.
right now. because it's a 13-1 on Fracture.
Match highlights, more like velocity highlights with a special cameo from SP5. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he did give a great performance as a Jet, and it goes to show that he's got a brilliant, like he's individually skilled. But overall, it's not like, I mean, I'm not saying Onlyfriends are unskilled. They certainly are. They are in the gauntlet after all, and they are, in the mid-tier teams. They are beating quite a few of the teams. It's just that against Velocity, well, many teams falter to get a few rounds. In this case, well, Onlyfriends, they only got one. So going into the match highlights, we'll be able to replay that one round and all the other 13 that Velocity won in dominant fashion. We start off with round number 2. And yet again, many a times we saw that Cruiser God was all by himself. There's certainly a lot of rounds. And this was the ace that Mazel got. Then it was the ace that Deathmaker got as well. So far, one map, 2 aces. You know what? That's a nice number for the side of Velocity. That'll add to their portfolio really good. And just all over in this map, yeah, there was just one major theme and tone that everyone could witness. And that was just Velocity dominance. That's about it. They got almost 90% of the kill share if you look at the map overall, and all of their players were delivering no matter where they were playing and no matter which gun they had.
Way that these shots were being taken. Too much control. Too much commitment being shown all across. It's scary how good Velocity are on this map. But the thing is, man, Marcel's having a field day right here. He wasn't missing a single bullet. Every single shot, every swing that he took gave him a kill. The only times he did die was because there was a double peak and he was just not ready for it. Like, what do you say to that? It's just a showcase of mechanical dominance from just one player running around, being an absolute nuisance. Velocity, though, looking at the scoreboard, Deathmaker, he is on 18 kills, 368 ACS. On a Neolus, yeah, of course, he's insane. The reason why he's up on top and he has such a high ACS is because of his operator plays, just consistently being able to take those fights. But Marcel, 21 and 361 ACS. He's on a Sage, mind you, and he's this good. Poor old Vapor, he didn't even get to see the light of day. He has 5 kills and 104 ACS. Vapor probably sitting at the boot camp being like, oh, I think I can just sleep inside and just get a couple of TikTok videos done with my camera. That's all that he was doing. There's nothing that he could have done.
Yeah, I mean, Vibho, he was in spectator mode, I guess. I don't know, some bug happened. But again, jokes aside, for the side of Onlyfriends as well, with the exception of SP5 like we talked about, 15 kills, that's a pretty good score individually. But the rest of the 4 members, hovering around 6 kills, 2 kills, not the best when you're up against Velocity. And if I'm being honest, it's only gonna get worse going into Breeze. I know everyone knows how dominant Velocity are on Breeze. There's just no denying that. Nothing can be said. We've seen their dominance. They just prefer actions over words, and their actions speak for themselves. And we know we've got it etched in our brains, and I'm certain Onlyfriends and all of the members there, they've got it etched in their brains as well, how good Velocity are looking on Breeze and how good they are on Breeze. So playing against them, I am not sure what mentality Onlyfriends will be in. They definitely need to take a break. They definitely need to make sure that they're refreshed. They come with a new mindset, some different strategy. They lost their own map, yes, but I don't know, maybe via some miracle, they try and win the second. There's still going to be some time before we can jump into the second map, aggressive. Before we talk about, Breeze, before we jump into the Breeze, right now, we're going to take a short little break. So don't worry, everyone. Stay watching. Your favorite teams and all of us will be right back with map number 2 shortly. Till then, we'll be back.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and of course, our eSport partner is none other than Aimlab. It's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by CCB once again. We are now jumping back straight into the matchup as we head on down over to the map view screen because, yeah, game number one.
Yeah.
I think our reactions alone will tell you how that went. 13-1. And Velocity, it felt like they were playing deathmatch instead of actually playing an actual tournament game. We were talking about the fact that, okay, maybe Velocity didn't have tournament experience, but only friends. Oh boy, they were on the other side of that spectrum.
And that's the thing. If any team in the future is looking to push up against Velocity on the map of Fracture, well, I don't know what guts they'll have to do that, because looking at Onlyfriends, a squad who defeated, Sus Squad a week ago on this very map, they lost 13-1. So what's going to be the case with other teams, in still the gauntlet in their same group, the potential future matches and fixtures that Velocity have? Not only that, but also once the main event starts and we only have the top 8 teams from both of the groups. With all that being said and done, Fracture, well, it's a story that is done and dusted. 13-1, open and shut case, no autopsy required. For the side of Onlyfriends, their cause of death were bullets and abilities, and just bullets and abilities overall, and the perpetrators were mainly Marzel and Deathmaker. The thing was, they just completely popping off, and the agents as well that they played, we'll be going into Breeze. Let's go into Breeze and we can talk about the difference or the similarities of the agents that Marzel and Deathmaker will be choosing, and also the other 8 players in this entire lobby. Right now we can see that for the side of Onlyfriends, yeah, they're going for something similar, just a few differences. Cruiser instead of the Breach, he'll be picking the other initiator, the one who is most picked statistically, Sova. Knave Jester instead of the Killjoy, this time a controller. Gorang is the one playing the Sentinel. That's interesting. Well, on the side of Velocity, mainly everything stays the same with the exception Marzel is going to be playing the Sky now. And Right to Ace is on Sova yet again.
Right to Ace will always be on that Sova. Whenever
Obviously,
you see Sova,
yeah.
the first name that comes to mind is Right to Ace, and of course Cap. 2 insane solo players, and of course Hunter. Like, we can't forget about Hunter now, can we? He is the embodiment of Sova. It's not Sova's fury. It's the Hunter's fury, Hunter's own fury. And we always make those memes. We always make those jokes, but at the same time, the main reason why we do is because the solo players are pretty much the most instrumental players throughout the entire game. If you have a good Sova on your team, you know damn well that you're going to be able to win that one out over and over again, and there's going to be no changes to that. The game's going to get prepped up and ready, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be jumping straight into that. But the thing is, now that we're on the map of Breeze, I'm trying to find some words of encouragement to give towards Onlyfriends, but the only thing that I can think of is like death, run, hide. You'll get the references if you actually played another game during Halloween.
I didn't get. Well, no, I didn't get that. But
you probably didn't play that.
The joke I was thinking was death and then Maker, because get it, haha, Deathmaker, because he's going to be the one.
No,
It's
CCB.
a.
No, CCB. No. I'm gonna make you play that
No,
game.
no. I'm not hearing any trash talk from someone who still believes in the curse. No. It's not happening.
You believed in it, and then it didn't work.
For a specific period of 2 rounds, I believe. But right now, I believe
And
that
then you started
Velocity.
losing.
Right now, I believe Velocity, well, they've got the upper hand against their opponents. Marzel finds the opening kill. The spike is still towards mid, near the castle section. Meanwhile, the VLT members, they're trying to push up towards you. A trade does occur, and SP5 is all alone in the bomb side, and he's got multiple angles to worry about, but there's only one member, that's Hellfighter in the tube, going back towards attacker spawn, as everyone on the attacking side looks to regroup near mid and finally execute on B, where the thing is, Viper is all alone. Knave Jester, he has no one to trade with or no crossfires, nothing of that sort. As soon as he sees members, he's got to click heads, and unfortunately he can't. The site has been overrun by Velocity, and they'll be planting the spike.
I feel bad for him, dude. Jester. He had the crosshair on the person's head, but he was still walking. So it's not gonna be full. And of course, here comes the rat. Hey, Hellfighter. Anything else you want to tell us? This guy is just something else on this map. Swinging around corners. He's just chilling in places that he shouldn't be in. And what do? Onlyfriends, they're not even going to expect him. Some of these angles he just can't clear. And Hellfighter possibly just... Like, this is his home ground.
No one checks this.
Like, no one will. Why should they?
Exactly. That's the thing. And that's what he capitalizes on. The most unexpected places. And Hellfighter, yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there.
It's that good as a player. He's that good as a lurker. You're able to get into the heads of your opposition. That's all that you need to do. Who says that Cypher's hometown is Morocco? I think his hometown is here at the Bermuda Triangle. The way that he's running around all over the place, he just knows what he needs to do. And I honestly haven't seen a single Cypher in the entirety of South Asia who can play like Breeze to this level. The way that he plays, it's astonishing.
And the way Velocity, I mean, look at Vibhor right now, man. He's got no fear. He's speaking angles he never should, you know, theoretically. And he still gets the kill on the other Viper. Jester still dies. Vibhor's alive by 6 HP. And Kev, is he AFK? Is there a technical issue? Has he just left his PC in anger and frustration that Velocity are this good right now? Yeah, we can see a nice aerial shot onto him as we see his lifeless body right now, just encompassing all the feelings that Onlyfriends have playing against VLT. He's back. He's got the classic. This was the eco round. And Vibhor, yeah, he gets the 4th. Yeah, he just does. And that's the flawless round done and dusted. That's the thing. Vibhor is peeking angles. He should have no business doing so. But because every one of the 5 members on the attacking squad have got the confidence in them and have got the self-reliance in them that right now, that they know, deep down they know that, okay, even if I dry peek this corner, even if I swing wide this door, chances are I'm more likely to get the headshot. They're just doing it. They are not fearing anything. They're not playing by regular Valorant rules and theories. They're doing whatever they want, and it's working because the kills are going in VLT's favor.
Taking fights, taking engagements. And with that, with players now shifting around towards that A side, Bruiser God, he needs to be the one to be the difference maker for Marcel. Oh, come on, Marcel. You don't play around with his feelings like that. That's basically my life story in a nutshell when it comes down to romance, at least. But for now, it's gonna be SP5. No! No, SP5, no!
That's
I didn't say that. You didn't see that. I'm gonna go and take a quick drink of water and a quick sip of Red Bull as well at the same time. Oh boy.
Mixing drinks, are you, huh? Right now, well, Velocity, yeah, they're just mixing things up. Cruiser God, he's pushed up, but again, he's so vulnerable. I'm gonna be no business doing that. You can't just go out in the open like this. I get his intent was to try and catch the opponents off guard just being in an angle like this, but Velocity had 2-3 members speaking the same corner, and he was just out in the open
30
with a
seconds
rifle.
left.
A rifle that he bought with his own hard work after just, you know, trying and saving up for the past 2 rounds, but that's also gone. Side control is gone. Marzel gets one more before Gorong got a kill onto Deathmaker, so that's nice. Equal trades are still happening. The thing is, Onlyfriends are still down 2-1, so they've got to stay together. They've got to go for
Here
trade,
comes the
and they
lurker.
have to get better. Kev, Nick, Jester, both of them get 2. Vibho's in the bomb site. He's right there with the ghost. It is all going to be down onto Kev. He played the Reyna before, didn't get a lot of success. Now it's his time to shine. Both the members of Velocity, they are behind the pyramids. They're not peeking at all. They have got cover. Kev doesn't have HP. He doesn't have bullets. And he doesn't have his life anymore in this round. VLT, they take that third.
Here.
0-3, but I'm hoping that that didn't catch on the instant replay. I'm praying that it didn't. Thank God it didn't, so it's fine. 0-3, ladies and gentlemen. Our producer is not a mean guy, thankfully. And with that, the board is on a 6-0. Helip's on a 5-0. And then there's poor old Deathmaker sitting at a 1, being like, guys, am I not supposed to be the duelist player? Not even
Everyone's
getting a
duelist
chance.
here. Okay, again, Velocity gets side control. Not a lot of early aggression from Onlyfriends. They are going to go for the retake, but the thing is, Spike is going to be planted. No casualties as of yet. And post-plant positions for both of the teams are in a very touch-and-go situation. Everyone is vulnerable. Everyone's compromised. Right now, Onlyfriends are looking good, but they don't have the best of guns. They are against rifles, but they are still making things work with the one semi-automatic sniper that Kev has got. He gets another kill with that Marshall. VLT are down to 2 members. Onlyfriends can capitalize off of this. Hellfighter's got to say something about it. You've also got Marzel playing behind the pyramids. There goes the ultimate. There go the locations of the members. And there goes Marzel getting another headshot. Kev now, the man who got the kills with the Marshall, is the man who dies last. Velocity, through thick and thin, they still managed to take the win.
This goes here.
Trying to figure some stuff out here. Like, give me a sec. First of
Alright.
all, going down in the description below to check out all the deals from the side of Crucial, Cosmic Byte, and of course 656, and get myself a New Jersey for one of my friends. He was asking me about it. You guys can get one yourself by checking the links down below in the description and also scanning that QR code for a can of Red Bull, because I just sipped my whole can after seeing that little bit of a play from the side of SP5. I needed my energy back. But now, moving on down from that, the rounds that did happen previously here, it's not looking that good for them now, is it? Once again, it's going to be another play, but still SP5, he's going to be going for the reverse frag. Revor, it's going to be the difference maker. He shuts down SP5 once again. Trades are just so immaculate from Velocity. It feels as though there's not even a single trade angle that they're not able to cover, but now it's all up to Knife Jester. It's going to be able to shut down 2 players. Knife Jester, he's going to be the boy that we're going to be looking at to try and go in for a clutch. And with Kev and his Seekers, they have it all under lockdown.
They certainly do. But there's that one bit of utility, the Viper Spit, and everyone knows that Vibho, it's not Hellfighter right now with that Viper Spit, it's going to be Vibho, but it's still equally as deadly. Speaking of the Viper Spit, Vibho gets his first. Cruiser God though, gets rid of him very quickly, and right to ace, right to clutch. In this case, it won't be. Onlyfriends, they get their first round on the board. Hopefully for them, potentially for them, one of many. They need to try and get more and more consecutively. We talked about this in the pre-match presentation. Aggressive, you brought it up. Velocity, very momentum based. Right now, Velocity hold very high numbers statistically with their win percentages, especially on the map of Breeze. Like on the map of Breeze, yeah, on attack, Velocity have got a 61% win rate, and then on defense, they've got 65. So in the high 60s, that's far more than your average 50 and odd. So it doesn't really matter which side Onlyfriends are as, if they're the defenders or the attackers. What's going to happen is they need to just get rounds. And one thing I'm seeing yet again is VLT are just preferring the A bomb side. What's going on B? On B, only person I can see right now is Hellfighter all by himself trying to get through the Viper's pit. But that's not happening anytime soon. The other 4 members from the attacking squad, yeah, well, they're back up on A, and they're looking to do the same execute from mid and from A main.
Please, Vibor, please, no, come on. Vibor, like, give them some respect at least. You've been doing the same thing over and over again. Hella's been in the same plane, Hella's been on the same boat. Shots are gonna be good, but still, Hella, he's not gonna be able to find the perfect angle, but finally he gets a kill, but he's standing out in the open, and Kev's gonna be the one to shut him down almost.
Right here.
And then right to Ace. I know we gave him the name of right to clutch, but even in this 1 versus 4 situation, maybe if it was a 1 versus 3, I would believe, but in a 1v4, nah, the pressure's just too much for him. 2 and 4, and finally Onlyfriends, they're able to answer back and get 2 rounds. That's more than they got on the map of Ascent. Sorry, on iFractures.
Any map it may be, yeah. I mean, Onlyfriends, no matter how many they can get, it can never be enough. They need to get as many as possible, but this is good. 2 consecutive rounds, what we were talking about, this can be the best case scenario for the side of Onlyfriends. Just try and get more and more and try and stop Velocity dead in their tracks after their 4-round spree in the initial few ones that we saw. But other than that, yeah, they are slowly but surely clutching out.
They are.
However, it's still the middle stages of this half in general. You know, what's going to be the final score at the end of the half? I can see it being somewhere around an 8-4. Onlyfriends do possess the capabilities, especially if they can capitalize right now. They've got to make sure that they don't give this or the subsequent round away. Who's a god with the Hunter's Fury? He tags a few of the members. The final bow, no, they won't be hitting anyone. So he tagged a few. That's it. Kev gets into a cheeky extreme right angle, and no one sure if Deathmaker is going to check that or not, and Deathmaker also backs off. So with a minute remaining, Velocity still have no plans where to execute. On the B bomb side, well, it's Onlyfriends who have a lot of control. We can look at Jester, and he is pushed up completely towards Castle, and he gets the kill onto Hellfighter. Not only that, but he escapes before Deathmaker can get the trade. Kev is also right here with the flank. Slowly but surely, he can also backstab the members of Velocity who have no idea there's someone lurking behind them.
All about timing. Oh no, Deathmaker.
One down.
Just didn't work out for them. But still, hey, Marzel, he's gonna be
30
going in for the
seconds left.
reverse frag. Gets that kill on towards the face of Kev, sending him down over to a 3 versus 3 situation. And now it's all about the Sage. The Sage needs to go in for a massive wraparound, but Garong, he doesn't want to. He wants to stay here. He wants to stay with his squad. He wants to stay with his buddies. But no! Before he misses the shot, that was such a crucial kill, but they're not gonna be able to get it right to Ace. Instead, it's gonna be the one who shuts down Live Jester at the bare minimum. One on the top, one at the main bottom, SP5. He's the danger man that you want to be looking at, but still, Marzel, he's just a cut above the rest as well. One on the left, one on the right. Marzel's gonna be good for 1, but he's not gonna be good for a second. Instead, it's gonna be Garong going in for the revive at the very last second to find that play, to find that kill, then shut it all down. 3 and 4, and Onlyfriends, they're able to answer back hard, and Velocity, they're making a lot of mistakes. They're giving away map control so easily. They're not showing the same level of discipline that they did previously. Is this the overconfidence kicking in? It feels like it.
Yeah, the thing is, that is a very real possibility. I mean, like I mentioned, VLT, for some reason, they've got this attraction towards the A-bomb side. They're just completely ignoring things like mid. And the thing with the map of Breeze is there's so many avenues to, you know, lurk into and infiltrate the enemy base, both as an attacker and as a defender. As a defender, we just saw Kev do one of that. As SP5, he gets the first kill of this round. So Marzel will be gone. Right to is focusing a bit on the mid. So instead of making a lot of noise, instead of going towards A, potentially he can look towards going the B ramps and, you know, the highway towards B from mid. And then maybe even the defender spawn. There's so many possibilities. Velocity do get their trade. That is nice. But they've got to go for a different strategy. We are seeing something like that. They're not focusing on the mains of the bomb sites. They're not focusing on B main nor A main, trying to lurk away. We can see right here that Hellfighter, he's inside of you. He wants to play that infiltrating game. He wants to go near defender spawn, but there's only one thing stopping him. Not for long. The Sage wall, it dissipates, and he can move ahead, and he can try to get some kill. But Gorang is also on high alert. He'll be checking that very angle, and we may see a gunfight taking place real quick.
Going in for these fights, and they're making it all work out for them. Deathmaker is just too good. He's in for 1 kill, and now for Garong. Oh no! Right to ace. Come on, man. Grog doesn't know where to look. Does
30
he look at the
seconds left.
doorway or does he look at the front? Slapped in the face with it. And but SP5, he's gonna be doing his own damage on his own accord with that operator in his hand. The dragon singing a song. Dragon song's gonna be good, but nice gesture. Look at this man. He's going in for a massive lurk, and maybe if he just finds one kill, just one.
One enemy remaining.
Not gonna happen. Right to AC has the better angle, spots him out first, and takes him out immediately.
And yeah, with the operator save, smart decision to make. Potentially, maybe he can get an exit frag, although that's highly unlikely. So for the side of VLT, they get the 5th on board.
Oh, maybe.
He can. If he
Oh,
can
he
crouch,
doesn't risk
he
it.
chooses not to.
He doesn't risk it.
Still smart. You know what? Fair enough. He's got the op. Other members, they've got decentish economy. I mean, now the economy for Velocity was degrading more and more, especially with those 3-round consecutive losses. But it should be back to a more neutral ground now for both Onlyfriends and VLT. So with that being said and done, no one dies towards the end. Everyone is fine, except now Onlyfriends, they have lost their spree, the slow bit of momentum that they had that they could have worked on even more to try and get, 4 rounds at the very least. An 8-4 scoreline would have been respectable. 7-5, it feels like it's too much to ask, especially with us going into the tail end of the first half. 9-3, I mean, if VLT get back into their old strife, they don't make mistakes, don't get that, don't have the overconfident cockiness in them, and just push no angles and push like meaningless angles for no reason. If they don't do that, then 9-3 is a possibility. Otherwise, I think Onlyfriends is good
no.
for another round.
Wait, that figure got tagged?
He did? A
What?
bit, yeah.
What, that operator? Oh yeah, that's a metal wall, not a wood wall, so it's not gonna be 149. My bad about that, like, I forgot. But it's a good chunk of damage and a good bit of information being gained by Deathmaker. He gets low, but he has his buddy Marzel to heal him back up to full immediately. They're not gonna be aggressing towards the tube angle for sure, because that is one sideline that they really don't want to take a bad today. But looking towards the mid tunnels.
Down. Where is everyone hiding?
It feels as though Kev
I've
just
got
gets
your
caught
trail.
out in the worst possible position. He's pushing in and just gets caught out instantly. Deathmaker, don't miss those shots. You're gonna need to hit those at SP5. He's gonna be going in for that immediate trade. He's looking for one more, but the flick is not gonna land. And now,
One less.
positions revealed, and it's already private. Grog's like, wait, recon vault, enemy. What do I shoot?
One enemy remaining.
And Hellfighter's like, don't worry, I'll shoot you instead. One for him. And he's looking for a second.
Second, he gets it. And overall, his third, as Velocity get their 6th. So, yeah, yet again, VLT back on their stride. For the side of Onlyfriends, what's going to matter is just essentially try and get that basic, the one round. It's all going to come down to those few kills here and there. In this example, Onlyfriends, they just weren't able to win their duels, plain and simple. That was the case majorly in Fracture. This, however, on Breeze is a far better showing from the side of Onlyfriends. We can also see that it's not just SP5 putting in the work, rather Gorong and Kev also putting in their due diligence. Knave, Jester, Cruiser God, everyone on the side of Onlyfriends has got decent amount of kills. They're not as much as the VLT members have, but consistent. And speaking of the kills that VLT have, well, Hellfighter, he puts 2 more to his name as he gets 2 headshots right out of the get-go and puts his team at a major advantage. But B is not where VLT are looking to execute. They still have A under their radar, where 2 members from Onlyfriends are there. Why do they want to make this more difficult for themselves? Just rotate over to B. They've got plenty of time, but seems like time isn't the worry here and isn't the factor that matters. It's going to be Kev all by himself. Hellfighter, yet again, a triple kill and a flawless round win. Thus, VLT very quickly get their 7th.
It's finishing all these rounds as if it means absolutely nothing to them. They're getting the kills, they're getting the fights. And Velocity, they're looking clean. I don't know what else to say. Last-ditch effort. They have the buys. If they don't get anything here done, if they don't get that 5 and 7 scoreline for themselves, I believe it's the Onlyfriends. They're just gonna get taken down. They need something because Velocity on the attack, yeah, they're good, but their defensive hold on Breeze? That's on another different level. Ooh,
Oh. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, it's massacre. Massacre right there. Okay, yeah, again, just kills. Nothing much can be said about this round because all we saw were 3 kills and all 3 of them make that the 4th. Perhaps. No, this is the finally. SP5 replies back. He still got the kicks with the operator as he was doing previously in the map of Fracture. He gets his second. He is being cornered off. He has been pushed into a specific area, but he can still fight his way. Not anymore. He gets 2 kills. Then his body alongside the operator drops to the ground as Onlyfriends. Well, they are dropping rounds. 9-3. Not the best of scorelines, but can still be manageable. 8-4 would be much more likely. Yes, I know we talked about this. You mentioned it right now, Gracev, that Velocity going into the defense, it's gonna be next to impossible trying to edge rounds. So that's why Onlyfriends have got to make sure that they get the one right here, so they have some sort of semblance going into the second half. Because to me, every single round that goes, it feels like the best of 3 is going in favor of VLT.
Get out of my way.
Positionally, this is just so much better, but pushing on down the line, it's going in for those engagements, but still go wrong, and Jester, they're gonna be able to shut down 2 more. Jester's gonna be good for 1 more. Come on, Jester, you need to be the holder, you need to be the difference maker, but no, he gets taken out, and Jester just found 1 more. This would have been the hopes and dreams staying alive for the side of Onlyfriends, but you know what else is gonna be alive for them? You can already see it. It's right around the corner, CCB. It's gonna happen. Say it. Say it.
I'm not saying any. No, I very much believe Velocity is winning this. I'm not saying the curse is gonna. No. You can't get that out of me. The previous game, sure, there may have been a possibility back then. No, not this. No, come on. Velocity 9-3, the map of Breeze. They're going on defense.
One enemy remaining.
That's not how it was meant to go, but hey, Marzel, he's gonna be going in for that cleanup, and hey, thankfully, you don't have to go through the curse today. It's happening.
Switching sides.
It's not. It's really not. No.
Hey, if it was a 4-8 scoreline, it would have been good, but this situation, I think we can believe. The prerequisites need to be there, though.
I'm not believing that.
No, the prerequisite needs to be there that, okay, if they win out on the pistol round and if they win out on their own anti-eco, then they're set. The curse is going to be theirs. Plus, if they get that magic scoreline on their side as well, that's even better. That's another prerequisite for the curse. If you get all 3 numbers.
The pistol. 3 numbers, yes.
Like all 3 numbers.
I think I may have said this before. But you know, it sounds like a conspiracy theory in like a Nicolas Cage movie. You know, it's like you find this in an old book that, you know, it should be a no moon's night. It should be a dog should be barking. What the dog doing? That should be happening. Yeah, and then you definitely need a 4K from one of the members as a sacrifice. You need some sort of animal sacrifice as well. As right now, well, Vibho, he sacrifices SP5 to be the first kill, and Velocity, well, they still keep side control because looks like Onlyfriends, they can't seem to execute properly and they can't seem to get a foothold inside the bomb side. Kev, Cruiser God, they tried their level best, but even they've been traded out. VLT still have the numbers advantage. More so, they still have the map control. So it's looking like the pistol round goes to Velocity. Yes, that's another requisite. I get it, aggressive, but I think they're going to be winning the anti-eco.
No, the thing is that that's not a requisite for them. The people who needed to win out of the pistol round was the side of Onlyfriends.
Oh,
they lost.
That's see, again, curse.
Remaining.
See,
Spike
again, I knew it.
down A.
No such thing as a curse, man.
No, there is a curse, but you need to win out on the pistol round to activate the curse.
Activated.
Yes, there's a curse activation. You need to do a ritual for it, man. I'm Jester, baby. If he gets this, it can work out. 50 HP and a dream, but still, he's 1 bullet away from that sheriff, and right to ace, he's gonna add insult to injury. Gonna slap him in the face with a bullet from that ghost, take him out. 3 and 10. No more curse happening today, ladies and gentlemen. 11 and 3 is gonna be on the cards, and sadly, I can't bully CCV about the curse anymore.
Nothing has no curse for now. That's it. Done and dusted. Onlyfriends, though, they can still try and get a win, but honestly, I mean, again, all jokes aside, it has been a great showing from them. It's really good that they are still trying to fight for the number 4 position, trying to overtake 2, you know, the two teams in front of them, I don't think it's gonna be happening. I think Onlyfriends with this loss, they've got to put in a lot of work, a lot of 2-0s in their upcoming best of threes that they have remaining. Only that can try and help them secure potentially that number 4 spot in Group A. Whereas for Velocity, things are looking on the up and up as if they weren't already. Things are looking fine. They're topping the charts. This will add to another one of their victories and no losses, and it should be fine. So all that being said and done, going into round number 14, Velocity are still, they're being pretty aggressive. You know, towards on A main, we saw a few angles being peaked, even though we haven't seen any gunfights take place up until now, as SP5 secures the first kill, forcing Deathmaker to fall back, forcing him to just, you know, play safe and play passively, as do everyone from VLT, because they don't have the numbers advantage right now, and this allows Onlyfriends to take some map control, but they still have to go for the execution, and that's going to be the most difficult part, as we saw in the previous round.
Take down one more for himself, but with the execution on towards the B side, pretty much imminent. Shots are going to be taken, they're going to be done, and poof, that's going to be another guy already biting the dust.
Spike planted.
Last player goes in for the shot, goes in for the swing. Not going to be able to survive for long though, because it's going to be Garong's turn to shine in the light. I don't know, he shined in a little bit too much, through the walls even. He's going to penetrate everything. With that, that's going to be 3 and 11. It's happening, Velocity. They even take the anti-eco. Yeah, it's really difficult to win ecos, but they need something. 3 and 11, last buy round for them. If they don't win here, it's over. It's pretty much over for them when it comes down to getting on down over into playoffs as well. They just needed 1 point to stay relevant. Just 1. If they have 1 point, if they got to the 7, there was a chance, just a little bit of a chance that they could still make it to playoffs. But now, if they lose here on a 2 and 0, the only thing that they can hope for is that they should not get relegated.
Yeah. So, that's it. That's the thing. Can't get relegated now. They've got to stay in the mid tables, which right now they're doing fine. The future holds, no one knows. What this round holds, no one knows. SB5 gets a great play, completely outsmarting Webho with the dash, with the updraft, and he secures the initial kill, leaving Hellfighter as the only member behind the wall, and side control has been taken by Onlyfriends nicely. The toxic screen preventing anyone from seeing what's going on behind it. They take their post-run positions. VLT are right on the edge of the bomb site. They're ready to go for the retake. They do get 1 kill. However, Onlyfriends, they reply back 2-4, getting 2 of their own. Marzel is there with the Sheriff. That's a nice headshot. He's there up on the ramps. He's looking to peek. Does he spot anyone? Unfortunately, he can't. So he's still got to make his way with the Sheriff, engage in close quarter gunfights, as does everyone from VLT. They need to do that, but they just don't have the guns. So it looks like Onlyfriends, they may take this round. Time is being utilized a lot. VLT will just be saving their guns, trying to get some of those exit frags, and then they'll be falling back, and they get 1. Marzel still in the bomb side, just over-peeking for no reason. Oh, sorry, yeah, it was right way, so over-peeking for no reason. And Marzel sacrifices himself, so that is round number 4 for Onlyfriends. That's nice, but still a lot of work to do. They only had 2 members surviving. So in terms of the economy, yeah, Onlyfriends isn't doing too good as well.
It's for now. There's not much that you can do to be in a better spot. 4 and 11. Hey, they won out on the first initial buy round for them. But now that Velocity have gotten their own buy round to work with, I don't know how I feel about the chances of Onlyfriends. Deathmaker, he also has an operator in
Get
his
out of my way.
It's just gonna get tighter and tighter every single second. It's all about that first initial kill, and here comes SP5 to go in for a swing, man, but no! SP5, he runs into the snake fight. Doing so much damage, 2 bullets, then he's dead.
Again, the execute has been halted.
Just can't do anything about it.
That's the thing. They were relying on their entry fragger SP5, and the previous round he delivered. But now this execute, Cruiser God is just slowly peeking it. Everyone is going to funnel through, but it's going to be such a big bottleneck. Marzel, he dies. Vibo gets 2 before being traded out, and yet again, Velocity still hold the numbers advantage. So with the exclusion of SP5, the execution was just bland. There was nothing to it, nothing to spice things up to give the advantage to Onlyfriends. They get the spike down, but the post plant, it's going to be very difficult. Yes, they are behind the sage wall. Yes, they have an ounce of cover. However, still not going to be happening completely. A Hellfighter gets another kill, and Cruiser God is left all by himself in the corner. His location, surely it hasn't been revealed, but visual confirmation has been taken, and his life has been taken with it. As Velocity get their 12th, now on to best of 3 point, on to match point.
You failed. Now
12. And everything out once again. Velocity just on a different
Match
level
point.
entirely.
we can end it now. Once more.
I don't know, dude. Velocity, they're just on a tear. This is the map that they own.
Right here.
But at the same time, I guess Onlyfriends, they can pat themselves on the back saying that we got 4 rounds against Velocity
That's
on their
true.
best map.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience for them, but at the same time, at this stage of the gauntlet, you cannot take these things as learning experiences. You need to win just one map. One. It's a 4-12, dude, and I don't know about their chances, especially when Deathmaker just takes
Does
takes them
his
out like
things.
this. Like, just Deathmaker doing DM things, man. Like, there was a saying back in the day when I used to still cast during my Challenger Series days that I used to say Deathmaker doing Deathmaker things. He's just doing that.
Yes.
Just look at him.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
SP5 tries to counter him. He gets 1 kill onto right to ace, but that's about it. That's all he can survive for. Velocity still the gun disparity. That's the main thing. Sometimes
What?
BO3 have the better
Vibor?
numbers. In this case, Vibor, yeah, how do you miss his shots? There was plenty of time for him to
Player
do.
standing.
Deathmaker as well, where he was on the move. He was moving. Even though the blades are 100% accurate, still wouldn't have the best crosshair placement. Knife Jester though, he just gets a triple kill
Ow.
quickly and just ends things. Just peeks, isolates gunfights all by himself, and that's it. That's kill number 1. Then it was kill number 2 onto Deathmaker, and the round is done and dusted. Or completely sure what Velocity were trying to do there. I get that they've got match point, but what?
No sense.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Guess it's fine. You just sometimes you just fall asleep. It happens. Velocity, they're just all confused. They're like, wait a minute, why is Knife Jester here? Why is this happening like this? This is not how it's supposed to go, but Deathmaker, okay. Sure, buddy. Come on, go in for the shots. Right,
What?
Trace is gonna be able to take down 2. Okay, okay. Mid control has been established. Guns have been taken, and Velocity, they could just pull off a Thrifty here to close everything out. This is match point. In a 4 versus 2 situation, they have guns again.
Light planted.
Velocity, you can't do this to them. Not like this. Barcel, he's going in for it again.
Last player standing.
Spotted. Hellfighter gets the kill, and Marzel ends things by getting rid of the other initiator on board, stating that there can only be 2, and both of them on the side of Velocity. I was gonna say right to ace, you know, he popped off in some instances on the map of Fracture. This one was going in a far more casual manner for him, and a more consistent, you know, mid-tier performance, but then he just popped off 2 kills, and with the Thrifty, Velocity, well, they are winners of this best of 3 as well. Still, like always, staying at the top, remaining at the top of Group A.
Velocity,
Yep.
velocity. They just know what they want to do on the map of threes, and it's not really a surprise now, is it? Them pulling off Thrifties on this map. If they can take down all of the other teams on this game just by picking up the map of Breeze, you'd expect people to start banning this map, but no one bans it. Why? This is their best map. Just take it out of the map pool. Why are you still trying to fight against them here? Settle down over towards the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen, because this was a heartbreaking story and a half. It was as if I'm reliving my entire life. What's you know why? But Onlyfriends, it's just they couldn't. They didn't have anything to do here. How would they even do anything? Crossfires were just even better. Confidence was just running high for all the members of Velocity. Like, Onlyfriends, they have the aim. They have insane aim for themselves, but for team play and for the nation, they were just not ready for it. Communication was not their forte in this map. They were falling apart, and they were still trying to run around and figure some stuff out. Sometimes I feel as the Onlyfriends as a squad, they perform really well when it comes down to the close proximity maps. But as soon as you go in for the long range engagements, they just break apart and crumble into a million pieces.
Can happen, yeah. Individual performances are going to play a big factor. We talked about this. I mean, this
Especially on
was the
Breeze.
major. Yeah, yes, and against VLT as well, and against any team essentially. This was the main theme we have been portraying towards this entire. I mean, this entire best of three essentially, because the people in Onlyfriends, yes, they've got a lot of capability. Yes, they've got a lot of potential, but against VLT, a team such as VLT, arguably one of the best. I mean, definitely one of the best, arguably the best. So yeah, they just seem to lackluster a bit, falling a bit behind. It was the case in Fracture by a huge differential. Here, it was the case a little better, a bit better for Only Friends, but still a one-sided storyline and one-sided scoreline towards the end as well. So they know they've got a lot of work to do in time for season 4. For now, all they can do is to stay in the table, is to stay in the gauntlet and do not get relegated. Like you mentioned, aggressive. They've got to keep their position here and they've got to keep their spot if they want to have any chances of improving later on and showing their value, showing their worth against these same opponents that they have been encountering for time and time again these past few weeks.
It's just, I don't know. Words of encouragement for the side of Onlyfriends is that pat yourselves on the back, 5 rounds on the map of Breeze, and you were up against Velocity. There's not much that you could have done here. Like, we have seen this in the past as well. Like, Velocity, they're just a cut above the rest. Just look at Hellfighter.
Yeah.
Hellf alone was the one reason why they won. 21 kills, 293. You know for a fact as soon as Breeze comes up, it's always Hellf who has to be at the top of it. He is the definition of a lurker. He is a rat through and through. He can get into the back lines, he can go in for fights, and he can just kill them over and over again. He just knows how to use every single crevice of this map to its maximum potential. And whichever corner that you don't check, LF is probably sitting at that one because he knows the probability of that corner. And he knows that it's not going to get checked that often. Velocity, they played it so beautifully. 21 kills for him. Marzel with 17. Vivor with 15. And all around the board, everyone's just consistent from their side. But for Only Friends, even SP5 didn't really have a lot to work with.
Yeah, again, consistent performance. I mean, like their kills are equal enough. SP5 at the top of the table with 12 kills. Then you've got, Kev and Cruiser with 8. Near enough. But the thing is, again, you compare it to how much velocity have, and you see heaps and miles of differences between all of the players. If you just compare them one by one, and that's the thing separating that on average Velocity were winning far more of their gunfights and just were winning far more of their duels than compared to the players of Only Friends and how they were playing. And this was the case in Fracture map number 1, as we can see on our screens. 13-1. The scoreline was even more desperate for the side of Only Friends there. It got a bit better on Breeze, however, still not a result they would have wanted. They would have wanted to win. They would have wanted that 1 point, but it's not going to happen for now. Velocity take this best of 3 to 0. They won the pick of their opponents and they won their own map choice. The decider map, we won't be seeing it today.
This works. For them, it's pretty much done and dusted, and they're going to be really happy about it as well. We're going to be heading on down over into the group standings soon, ladies and gentlemen, but it's just, I don't know what to say anymore. Group standings are going to be on the board, and Velocity, they're on a 6-0. They're pretty much going to be the dominant forces for the side of Group A if no one can take them down on their 7th and last game. On Group B, it's TEAMXO who have a 7-0 for their side with 14 points, and they are untouchable. Now, I really want to talk about one team in particular that is really catching my eye. FS, they're on a 4-1 and they have 9 points on the board. This is something that we didn't expect. We thought that Weird would be the ones to take down on that second position because Weird have been so good throughout all of their matches, but it feels as though they're starting to fall off when it comes down to the consistency, while FS, they're just on that rise. ENIGMA, they haven't really played as many games as you would have hoped for just yet. They're still on 4 games. They're going to play their 5th soon, 6th and 7th coming around the corner. But this is the thing. It feels as though Group A, it's shrouded in more mystery. We were talking about Group B being the group of death. And for Group A, this is one mystery that even the mystery gang are not going to be able to solve. If you're a Scooby-Doo fan, you'll get the reference. But that's the thing. Group A is just...
Obvious.
What?
That made the reference more obvious because Scooby Doo. You mentioned Scooby Doo, and then it was that.
Yes.
Well, never mind, never mind. I think the team I want to highlight is going to be Reckoning. Their roster, it was announced sometime in June. They've played tournaments, they've had good results, but here they just completely got gobsmacked by their opponents, and they've not had a good time overall. Even Sus Squad, Sus Squad is far more recent. Reckoning was there, the primary team, with the exception of a few changes here and there. They've been together, they have played together, but in this case, yeah, it just wasn't the best of seasons for them. Hopefully we see them back in season 4, and then they can put on a better showing than they have right here. But for their side, overall group A, yeah, things are looking pretty much set, done and dusted. We may see a few like topples here and there, a few overtakes. Perhaps someone like Enigma can overtake Weird and take number 3 position. Things like that are possible, but overall it's looking like going towards the end of the regular season, as less and less matches are remaining and more are being played, that our final 4 teams going into the main event looks like they are being decided, and looks like they have mainly been decided.
For today, ladies and gentlemen, because Velocity, there's not really much to say here. Velocity just doing Velocity things, being able to take the maps that they really want to go for. What really was a surprise was the level of potency they have on Fracture. So if any team wants to go on Fracture against Velocity, you got to be careful because they have a game plan that is pretty much almost flawless. 13-1 against Onlyfriends with a map they picked up. Yeah, everyone else who do these VOD reviews, they're going to be quaking in their boots. But for now, we're going to be quaking in our boots because we're tired. It's been a really long day for all of us. And hey, that's going to be all that we have for you for today. Thank you all for stopping by. And hey, as we are going to be stopping by here, you don't want to go anywhere again because you got to remember something. When you're at the Esports Club, the action just never stops. We have a lot more tournaments, we have a lot more games, and we have a lot more matches, not only for the Gauntlet, but also for Showdown and all of the other other IPs that we also run. So make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell to get notified when we do go live with all of our matches. And as you're going to be down there fiddling around with those buttons, hit the show description and check out the links from the side of Crucial, 656, Cosmic Byte, and of course download Aimlab in the process, because if you want to get your aim crispy like players like Helef, Marzel, Deathmaker, we got you all covered. Aimlab is the place that you really want to go to get that training in, to go to that gym and just get yourself buffed up and ready for season number 4 right around the corner as well. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by CCV, signing on off, and we're going to be back with it real soon tomorrow with the LG Ultragear TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partners, none other than Aimlab. Good night and happy gaming.
One, two, three, let's go!